Dr. Melissa. This week we have been talking about the energy of fear versus the energy of love. And I am seeing this all over the place right now. It's in the regular media, it's in social media, it's in conversations amongst family and friends. There is so much polarity and so much divisiveness, and people have wondered why. In fact, a lot of the conspiracy theories are around why this is all going on right now. And I would venture to say that a huge piece in this puzzle is the fact that people have shifted to an energy of fear. The energy of fear is very connected to the energy of scarcity. It's related to the energy of not having enough, of losing what we already have, of something being taken from us. Whereas the energy of love is the exact opposite. They're like opposite sides of the same coin. You can't have love without fear. You can't have fear without love. But the energy of love is expansive, it's collaborative, it is caring and compassionate, not just about ourselves and our nearest and dearest loved ones, but of every single being on the planet. And so when we see this polarity and this divisiveness, what we're seeing is the reaction of people who've shifted to the energy of fear. We're seeing this in a lot of places right now. We've talked about some of the big ones earlier this week. Reactions to the pandemic, reactions to the Black Lives Matter movement, reactions to this idea of a need for law and order. But we're seeing it in other smaller arguments as well. Arguments and polarity around mail-in voting. Arguments and polarity around cash versus cashless, right? It seems almost as if people are looking for anything they can argue about. And the reason why is because people have slipped into the energy of fear. When you've slipped into the energy of fear and you feel out of control and you fear the unknown, it is natural and normal to try to control or micromanage aspects of your life and potentially aspects of other people's lives, to bring a sense of control, to bring a sense of law and order. In fact, we spoke about this very thing just the other week as we were talking about surrender instead being a way to shift from that place of fear into that place of abundance and love where we can actually move forward. When people are looking, say on the mail-in voting as an example, when people are arguing against mail-in voting, their predominant concern is voter fraud. That is a fear that someone is going to be wronged, right? That in particular, their side is going to be wrong. They're not particularly worried that there will be voter fraud and their party will win. They're worried that they will lose because of being wronged by mail-in voting. That's fear. When people are arguing for the health and wellness of every human being in this country to be able to vote safely from the safety of their home without having to go stand in line for 6 hours, as happened in places in the primary, so that their votes are heard, so that their voice is heard, that's coming from the energy of love. It's an entirely different situation. And when we want to counter people who are acting from a place of fear, which is manifesting itself as anger or rage or hate, that can't be done with anger, rage, or hate. It can only be done with love. If you yourself are finding that you are sometimes sliding into these places of fear or concern, that these wisps or strands of fear remain and are preventing you from shifting forward to the energy of love where you can create the greatest impact, I encourage you to reach out to me. This is something that I love to help people do, to go in almost like a microscopic surgeon to transform these places of fear and shift to that energy of love and abundance in all areas of life. The world needs all of us in the energy of love and abundance right now. And I would love to help you get there so that together we can create great impact.